Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another night of On the Pole Racing. As you see up here on your screen, that is our Racing Stop Suicide 250 here from White Cane Extreme Racing Association, along with FFTv, hoping that others will get involved with it. But here tonight, we are here at Monza. We see Jet Cotterman there trying to navigate around this track, and I'm sorry, but the cameras, with all these trees and stuff around this racetrack, are difficult. I don't have the camera crew that knows what they're doing tonight, so I'll do my best to work with them to get you the best picture quality as I can. Whether it be above the track or whatever, to work with the chopper, the blimp, possibly a drone here and there, to try to get us the best pictures that we can of the race tonight. As we head on down through here into the next corner, you see that black number 71 of Graham Connolly out there in that McLaren. As qualifying comes to an end, Chase Matsko out there with a 2.45, 3.51, taking on the pole here. And see Cotterman there, second, Steve Zader there in third. Matt Mars back here in 10th. We see here we're trying to gain as much camera work as we can here. Going to be doing a little bit of bouncing around, so I am sorry about that. I would try to keep these cars in focus tonight. I just see him coming down through. This is going to be an interesting racetrack because there is a crossover here, and I haven't fully caught it on camera yet. But there is definitely a crossover. And we come through. Right there it is. Okay, there's the crossover. That's why I didn't pick up on it, because we're going through at such a high bank. Through that turn, I didn't realize that was where the crossover was. So we cross over underneath that curve. And I didn't really pick up on it in car either. The last car we got on track is Turbobill. He works here off of this corner, making that right-hander. Working his way into the high banks. We're going to pull it off here right before the grass. Warm-up's about to start here tonight. Points for tonight. So points for tonight. That didn't work out. That's not the correct points. Here we go. Now we got the points up here. We got Mark Dowson out there in front. Jay Davis there second. Chase Matsko third. Brown there in... Hold on a moment. Let me make sure I have this right. Bryce Brown in fourth. Ignacio there in fifth. Steve Zapp there. Zibzader there in sixth. Jamie Mosley there in 7th, Robert Milbrath there 8th, Joe Spillman there in 9th, Graham Connolly in 10th. And I want to give a shout out to Spillman for taking over last night as I was at church service, and I ended up having an issue with my dog afterwards, so I was not able to get to a computer to run last night's broadcast. So I want to thank him for stepping in, and man, am I hating this here tonight. Warm-ups are taking place. We're looking there at Justin Shoemate. Oh, it's definitely a fun track here, Ben. I was out there on it myself, took a couple test laps. And for somebody that's never really driven a road course, this one was pretty beginner-friendly. My favorite part of the track are the high banks, I must say. I think that's my favorite part of the racetrack, right, that high bank. I don't know if you can just race those as an oval course, but I think that would be a blast if we could set that up one night for Gen 4s or something, just to have something a little different, a little wonky, running the high banks at Moza for a circular racetrack for an oval. We see Robert Howard going off track here during warm-ups. Matt Barnes back here. Dave was here in at number 317. And as you see, we are struggling trying to get clear pictures of the cars here tonight, as there was the crossover. see there goes warm-ups underway. Chase Matsko there in the 26. Where did he disappear to? There he comes. And we're going down here out of the corner. Working down here towards the second pair of high banks. And see, Chase is right there on the bumper. Of that machine there in front of him. I'm trying to figure out who that might be. They battle it on down through here. A 333 of Justin Shoemate. Now we're currently watching there that lead driver's making around 30 seconds to go in the warm-ups here tonight. You know, Ben, you should come out and join one of these tracks to see how well you can do. And come on down here into the next corner there. You see that mellow yellow machine of Matt Mars. He works there off the course, up into the gravel a little bit as they work down here into the next one. The map up here so we can see where everybody's at. And there's what I mean. Chase is coming down into the crossover right now. Going underneath. And, well, that will do it for warm-ups. Here we go. Chase Matsko's getting there on the pull. Caught him in there second. Zader will start third. Justin Shoemate there fourth. Mark Dowson fifth. Duncan there sixth. Gomet seventh. Jacob Cotterman there eighth. Graham Connolly ninth. Robert Milbrath there 10th. Matt Mars in 11th. Cale Tuberville there in 12th. 13th tonight, that's going to be Robert Howard. 14th will go to Ignacio Arroyo. Jay Davis there in 15th. Joseph Spillman there 16th. And Michael Lemensk there in 17th. Night driver getting ready to roll as they work underneath that crossover. And there you see that high bank there. They work through that crossover. Down off the corners, there they see them, weaving back and forth, trying to keep everything in line. Go. Sooner or later, they're going to get that start-finish line. There you see that pace car. Duck gone off. And here we go, waiting for them start lights to light up. There we go, the lights are on. We're down and away here at Monza, down here towards the corner number one. Jake Matsko getting a great start out there, down there on the bottom side of this first corner. Now they work here off the corner, head back out through. Rewind there, they work down there, just see way down there on the bottom side. Can't make out who that might have been. Making some ground up there quickly. As they head on down through here, I want to say up top, I don't know if that was Connolly or not. Is there another black car back here? Does not look like it. I want to say it's possibly Connolly making a move down there on the bottom side of the racetrack. Now he looks to the high side, way up there, right there behind Ignacio. Or no, I'm sorry, not behind Ignacio. Ignacio is a little farther back. Oh, yeah. David Duncan there into 939. Jake Matsko down there on the inside. Heading down here into the next set of corners. Yeah, it's another set. Oh, and he's hitting the brakes here. Oh, that's right. We're through this corner, set of corners. Nelson crashed. Davis crashed. Is what it's shown, but it looks like everybody's made it through okay. I think if you slow down too far, it'll go and knock it as saying that you got a slow down or slow down too much to bring out caution or something. But here they go up here into the next set of corners. Justin Shoemate up there in front. Jet Connerman there second. Jake Matsko third. As they head on down through off of the corner down here into the next one. And see Chase Matsko through the trees there. Hopefully he might be able to make them out. I don't know. And then we're going down through there. Chase Matsko there going side by side with Carterman. Carterman has a little bit of an advantage going through that set of corners. Now up the track. For that machine, I want to say that was a 317. No, that's the 45 maybe, Robert Milbrath. Yeah, Robert Milbrath getting off track just a shade. As they work down here around the high bank. And they head off it now down here. Coming across the start-finish line. As you see Jake Matsko there in second. Carrying it down here into the next set of high banks. And they come back around. Down through there. A 207 Ignacio on pit road already. And see him storm through that second set of high banks. With Justin Shoemate out front in that 333. There you see the number 50 of Robert Howard in that Mustang. Back up here with Chase Matsko there in second. They come down here into the kind of a chicane type corner. I don't know if I got names for these ones or not. Let's see here. What? See if I do. I don't know. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. No, I don't really have much to go off of. I see them getting a little bit of dirt coming there off that corner. They head down here to corner number 10. I do have at least numbers to go off of right now. They head on down through here, heading towards turn number 13. Kate Matsko right up there against the bumper of Shoemate. Now they work off the corner here. You see that wall, that dividing wall down through that front stretch here. Letting them do the crossover. Now they head on down through here. Kate Matsko doing everything possible to stay up there with Shoemate. Zader back here in fourth. Nelson back here. Howard back towards the back here. Up top there going through the quarter. Of 1 and 2 down here to 3 and 4. Three wide here going into corner 3 and 4. They got Matt Mars way down there on the bottom side. Now they straighten it all back out as Matt Mars takes the 10th position. Robert Howard there in 11th. Jay Davis there in 12th. And see Justin Shoemate out there in front. Kate Matsko there second. Now they roll through. That's turn number 5, 6. I guess that's 3, 4. 5 is quick one. 6, 7. Up here to 8. Driver keep going around Monza here. For the Regal Wrapz Design GT3 Road Series. Kate Matsko rolling off the corner here. Jet Carterman out there in front. Steven Zader there. Fourth. David Duncan there in fifth. Graham Connolly there sixth. Jay Davis up 5 spots where he started right now. He's currently sitting in 10th. Kate Matsko hanging on to second place right now. Got Shoemate out there in front. Last week's winners, if we remember. Was Jacob Andrew out front. Kate Matsko in second. And Kurt Bassler there in third. The hard charger being Jay Davis. Jay Davis again looking at being the hard charger. Driver working down through here off the court. Zader there in fourth, as we said. Trying to get you the best, as we said, the best cameras that we can. Despite I have not worked with track cams yet to get track cams footage to get their camera setups for this track yet to know where to place my camera guys. So bear with me as tonight we work with what we got. Now here they go down through that front area. We got the 34 Matt Mars on pit road. And they roll around here. There you see Cotterman rolling here off the corners. Gomet having issues. Whatever Gomet is. As I think he took a shortcut. Robert Howard having issues back here in the 50. You see Chase Matsko rolling on down here, out of the corner, down here, the next one. I'm trying to find these cars. Man, oh man, are these tough tonight. There we go. There we see them all working down through off the start-finish line. Chase Matsko out there in second. Staying right with Schumett. Spillman there in the 41. Howard there in the 50. Michael Leminsk in the 924. Definitely need to get some camera work done here. And see there out of Blackshear, Georgia. Gail Tuberville. Zader there in fourth. Chasing everybody down here. Howard off track. Here we go down here in the fourth. Down here in the 5. Regal Wrapz and Designs. Mustang out there in second. Jed Carterman there in third. Steven Zader there in fourth. David Duncan there in fifth. Keep on rolling down through here trying to, oh man. Yeah, everybody rolls on down through here. Again, if you're watching, I'm doing everything I can to keep these drivers on track. I don't think I have any, let me check real quick, I don't think I have any camera work for this track as it stands right now. No, we do not. You see everybody coming down through that that starting lane. I go up around the corner. A good look at the crossover. They head on down through here out of the corner. Zader now up to third as he battles there with Carterman. Getting around Carterman. Carterman back to fourth. Coming up to 15 minutes in, which means a half-hour of racing left to go here at Monza. These drivers take on this track. It's a fun track. Just unfortunately, the camera work just is not what I want it to be here at FFTv on the pole tonight. I think Justin's just a little bit quicker in a couple areas here through a couple sections. But we'll see here. We'll see how this all plays out. I don't think Matsko's really pushing completely yet. I think he just wants to stay in striking distance right now. go down here through, trying to figure out where they're at. They're going through a right-hand corner now. They're going through another one. So I'm guessing they're going to be right around turn number 7 as they work down here through 8. Met there in 8th. Cale Tuberville there in front of him. Robert Belbrad there in the 45. There you're looking at Cale Tuberville again. There is Jake Carterman. Jed Carterman out of Port St. Lucie. Down here in the high banks of turn 1. There it comes off of it. Looks like Jake Carterman's gonna get up here to the bumper of Davis. Looks like Davis' splitter might be dragging a little bit there through off of Alpha. You say that about both of those cars. The splitter seems to be dragging just a shade through them high banks. Now they come up here to the tight turns of 3 and 4. Carterman gets down there to the inside, going to end up cutting it through the grass. That might be a slowdown. Surprise. I thought maybe that was going to be a slowdown for Jacob Carterman. But it doesn't even show that he was off track, so interesting. David Duncan back here in 5th. Jed Carterman back here in 4th behind Zader. There's Chase Matsko losing ground there on the 333 of Shoemate for the moment. They work underneath the crossover. You see them all coming down through there into the next corner. Trying, like I said, to get any type of camera I can between drones, blimps, chopper, camera crew. Cal Tuberville back there in 6th, Evan Gomet there 7th, Jay Davis there in 8th. Justin Shoemate there out front, Chase Matsko there 2nd, Steven Zader there in 3rd. Mark Dowson up there in 6th. Caught between a couple drivers there. He's got Kel Tuberville there in front of him. Evan Gomet there behind him. Ignacio passed Jed. Jed, I'm not sure what happened to him, as he was running 3rd. coming for his pit stop. Jed's trying to take a strategy game here. And she chased Matsko there in the third. There is Jacob Cotterman. And she chased Cotterman there. Oh, I'm sorry, no, we got Mark Nelson. Evan Gomet making a pass on Mark Nelson as they head down here. Off the corner. Catch the curve a little bit. These two Porsches end up battling side by side. Mark Nelson there in the 86. Evan Gomet there in the 68. Well, that's kind of interesting. And now they dive down here into, trying to figure out where they're at. Coming there. Off turn 7 and 8. Coming down here in the 11, I think, or is that 12? No, that's 13. They're coming down into corner 13, heading towards the start-finish line. Milbrad back here in 9th. And you keep seeing these drivers do all they can to try to navigate this track. Jed Carterman there. We got others on pit road. Looks like Chase Batsko, Zader, Shoemate, Nelson, Duncan, Gomet, Milbrad, Tuberville, Davis are all on pit road. Chase Batsko rolling out. He's going to take the lead here. He is first one off of pit road. Zader there in second. Jed Cotterman there third. What happened at 33.3 of Justin Shoemate? He's still stuck here on pit road. Hopefully he didn't get caught speeding or something. He ends up dropping way back here. Handing that over now to Chase Batsko here, coming up to 20 minutes to go. Looking real good at the moment to put that Regal Wrapz Mustang out on victory lane. Pretty good look there of the track going side by side. That wall's high enough, you can't really see anything but the wing of the car next to you, so you don't really get too startled going down that section of the track. As you look there at Zader working through corner 3, 4, coming around 5. Eric Ignacio back there in fourth, up 10 positions. So good run for him tonight if he can hang on to it. Now you watch there, Cale Tuberville in that 64, right behind him, Evan Gomet in the 68. Chase Batsko off track for a split moment. Alright, drivers get down here through the trees. There you see Mark Nelson, along with Evan Gomet and Tuberville. Driver down here in the next corner. Let's look at the big corner number 9. Okay. Down here off the corner. Where the heck did it go? There we go. Matt Mars back here in 14th. Jacob Cotterman there in 15th. Tate Masco out front, coming down there through turn 3 and 4. Before rounding up there in the 5. I haven't go back. I have Mark Nelson up there at the top of your screen. So everybody made their one pit stop to make it to the end. Coming up into, closing in on 15 to go. Right now we're at 27 minutes, up to 45 complete. They go down through. That was off of 6 and 7. Up there around 8 and around 9. Showing it off track a little bit. Trying to set his sights on the 7 of Cotterman. Cotterman was one of the early ones to pit. Ends up out here in 3rd right now. About 3 seconds, or 2 and 3. Well, about 3 seconds ahead of Ignacio. Ignacio's got David Duncan now going past him. Ignacio on the pit road. So unsure what happened there with Ignacio. He ended up on pit road. Robert Howard ended up off track. Matt Mars passed him. We've seen that a couple times out of Howard, out of Clayton, New York, where he struggled on certain tracks, not all, but certain tracks. And I think this is one of them. It's a balancing act to get the speed and the momentum, keep that thing on the track. It's not an easy feat. Hey, Evan Gomet and Kel Tuberville coming there through off the corner. Yeah, down through that front straightaway. Working off the corner. Now here we go. Going straight. Mats go off track. Zetterman, Otterman off, Jed off track as he works himself up there into 3rd. Zader in 2nd, Chase there in front. And see Jacob Cotterman back here in 12. And see everything working great here. Off the corner they go. Now we're looking there at the 048 as he heads up here through 6 and 7. Quite a few drivers going off track now, as it seems, as we're under 15 minutes to go. We got Carterman out there in 12th. Jacob Carterman, that is. Got Jed Carterman up there in 3rd. And there you see Evan Gomet. Hopefully the driver you're cheering on is still in the race here. Head on down through off of turn number 1, heading toward turn 2. Right now, Chase Matsko is rolling through turn 2. Right there at the bumper of Evan is Cale. Cale Tuberville there trying to work his way up there into the next position. And it's all over Evan. And we're going down through. Great job so far. Not too many incidents here that I've picked up upon. I haven't seen really too many crashes. But definitely drivers that are maybe not getting the car to turn the way they would really like. Sometimes these GT3s can pose an issue like that. Matt Mars passed Michael Aments for P13. Zader having some issues with the track. He tried to chase down Chase Matsko, but Matsko really laying it on here. And come down through the front straightaway. Or not the front straightaway, but down here through the straightaway. Down here through 10, 11, and 12. Heading here to turn number 13. Now come here off the corner. And the 13. See driver working down through, cross the line. Having Matt getting up there behind Mark Nelson. Nelson trying to break a little bit of that draft. As they work here off of turn 1, down here towards turn 2. As Gomet is there behind Nelson. Jed Zetterman there, or Jed Carterman, I don't like to call him Zetterman. Jed Carterman there in third. Steven Zader there as he worked through turn 3 and 4. I see Nelson and Gomet working there together. Again, those two drivers battled out quite a bit here in this race tonight. Gomet in the 68, Mark Nelson in the 86. Both of them Porsches. Right down here. Where are we at? Off of turn number 7 down through 8. 9. Under 10 minutes to go here in the Regal Wrapz and Designs GT3 Road Series. Now you see that 45 there, Robert Milbrath. He's got Davis there in front of him.
Hey, man, what's going on, dude? I absolutely love Monza. It's one of my favorite tracks. Everybody was really clean and respectful. Those last 5 or 6 laps with David trying to, maybe play a little chicken into turn one to see who was going to outbrake the other. It was awesome. What a great race. It was because the front guys were just pulling away. So I figured if I could come in early and save a little bit of fuel, maybe I could get them on the back end. And I don't know what happened to the BMW that was in second place. Next thing I know, the spotter's telling me I'm in second. I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, I wasn't willing to go too far into the fuel game that early. Love it. One of my favorite tracks. So hopefully we can have another repeat performance. Yeah, like I said, this is my first time racing with these guys, and they're all class act. I mean, everybody seems like anybody could win at any given time. Chase he was super quick, but yeah, we'll see what Watkins Glen has in store for us. I just want to thank my son Jacob. He started iRacing and he hasn't been in it too long, and he's my little buddy. We're racing 5 or 6 different leagues together, and it's really fun watching him pick up and learn and get quicker. He just beat me at Olton Park right before we jumped into this league, so he's coming around. But and I just want to thank Jacob for and well, hell, you guys for allowing us to come in and have some fun with you guys. Yeah, yeah. Jacob and I both really enjoyed that track, so we we'll give everybody a run for their money, hopefully, and like I said, we'll just continue to have fun and do the best we can. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Pancake!
Good. How about you? His internet went out. Yeah, and then Justin, who I was bump drafting with, got a speeding penalty. Justin Shoemate in the beginning. Yeah. And yeah, we were bump drafting just to get ahead of the pack, get ahead of everybody, so we were just trying to be as fast as we could. Oh yeah. I did not. I was lucky. I got a few off tracks, but I mean, I always get off tracks. Yeah. That's an interesting track, you know. Yeah. Yes, you can. Yeah, it'd be like a super speedway, but real thin, like real narrow. Oh yeah. Yes, hopefully that'll help me catch up to get at least second. That'd be nice. I missed a week, so second would be cool. But shout out Ben Parsons and Mark Nelson because they're big Ford guys. You know, they're real excited to see a Ford in victory lane. Dr. Pepper, Regal Wrapz, FMA. You know, all those guys. Oh yeah. So and the Mustang is real good after this update, and I'm gonna continue running it. I think it's been real good to me. So both my wins this season are in it, so might as well stick with it. For sure, yeah. Hopefully it does. It keeps going like this. Oh yeah, no, that's a good track for this car. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that's real good there. It'll be a fun race next week for sure. Sounds good, man. Hopefully, we talk to you then. See ya.